All right, so we're up to the word problems on the Unit B review. And let me remind you that in PAL, there's a whole big, long word problem review note under the old lecture note. So check that out in addition to this, and go back to the homework that was found in 4.3. Let me go over these two problems, though, because these are the types of problems that we like to ask about. One is, well, this first one is about concentrations. And we can do acids, we can do alcohol, we can do any kind of solution that you could imagine. And this one I did acid. A 5% concentration of acid will be mixed with a 20% concentration of the same acid to create 60 liters of solution. That's going to have a 10% concentration. The question is, how much of each of these is required to make that happen? The instructions were assign variables to the unknowns, write a system of equations, and solve. How I like to solve these is I like to use what I call the 3-box method. So, or 3-beaker method if you want. You can make them look like little beakers. I'll make the next one look better. That's an awful beaker. Oh wow. Equals. Oh, I'll make this one better. There, that's better, right? A little bit. All right. So we have 3 beakers. A good, a bad, and a okay. Okay. This one has 5%. So let me put this little label on it. It's a 5% solution. This one here, this is a 20% solution. We're mixing those together, and we're going to hopefully end up with something that is 10% concentrated. So this is going to be a 10% concentrated solution of whatever acid this is. Well, inside of here, there's a volume of liquid. Inside of here, there's a volume of liquid, and the final volume we want to end up with is 60 liters. So this would be a humongo, beaker. You could swim in this beaker. This thing's huge. So this is more like a vat than it is a beaker, but 60 liters is what we want to end up with. Well, that means our first system of equations is x plus y equals 60. That's our first equation in the system, because the volume we start with plus the volume added has to add up to 60. So that's your first equation. Your second equation comes from how much acid is in here plus how much acid is in there has to equal how much acid will be in the final result. So let me talk about this first. To find out how much acid is in something, you do concentration times volume. So concentration is 0.10, volume is 60, tells us that in this vat there is 6 liters of pure acid. Over here, doing the same thing, if I multiply concentration times volume, I will get 0.05x. Concentration times volume, I will get 0.20y. So 0.05x plus 0.20y equals 0.10 times 60, or rewritten 0.05x plus 0.20y equals 6. This is my second equation of my system. First one is x plus y equals 60. Second one is 0.05x plus 0.20y is 6. That's the acid equation. This is the volume equation. I'm going to use elimination. You can use substitution. You can take the x, move it to the other side, and substitute for y. Some students like to multiply everything in here by 100 to get rid of the decimals. You don't really have to do any of that. I'm just going to take the second equation, and I'm going to multiply it by negative 0.05. So this equation here times negative 0.05 is what I'm going to multiply by. So that'll give me negative 0.05 x. I'm going to zoom in. negative 0.05x minus 0.05y, and then 0.05 times 60 is 3. So it's going to be negative 3. You can come in. I'm going to add that equation to the other one, and that's going to eliminate the variable x, leaving me with 0.15y equals 3. And then if I divide both sides by 0.15, let me do that over here. 0.15y equals 3, divide by 0.15, divide by 0.15, y equals, we go 1, 2, 1, 2, equals 300 divided by 15, which is 20 liters. Now if I know there's 20 liters in my second vat, then what plus 20 will give me 60? Well, that's 40, right? So you substitute the 20 back into this simple equation here, and you will be done. So that's how you do acid equation. We'll stop it there, and then we'll do each video separate.